Hello and welcome everybody. I am Miranda and you're here with May Yoga. Today's practice is going to be a nice quick full body stretch, a way to get you on the mat, get you warmed up. You might not need any props, but if you are newer to yoga or maybe you're really tight in your hips or legs, go ahead and have a block, and of course it's important to have that water. If this is your first time practicing with me, please check the description below this video, find a link for a separate video called Tips for a Safe Yoga Practice, and watch that first. We're going to start, we'll do this whole practice actually in standing, but start in the middle of your mat, turn sideways so that you have room to stretch out on either side here. I'll be your mirror to begin, so we're going to start with the left leg. You're going to cross it behind the right and out to the side. Now the width of your feet distance is up to you, of course. What we're going to start with next is we're going to engage our arms and make this into a full side body stretch. So grab that left wrist with the right hand and start to make yourself like a crescent moon, bending over to the right side. When you're steady here, if you'd like, you can engage that neck, turning your head, looking up, maybe tucking the chin a little, whatever feels good for you today. Taking one more full breath here. And then releasing the arms down, bringing the feet back together before switching to the other side. Right foot steps behind the left, finding your steadiness here, pressing into the feet, and then bringing the arms up to the sky, grabbing the right wrist with the left hand, and bending over to the left. Getting a lovely side body stretch, even down into the hips a bit, kind of kicking that hip out to the right, turning the head if you like a little bit. One more breath here. And then release, bring yourself back to center. Next, we're going to be working a little bit more into our shoulders. So finding a nice feet about hip width distance apart. And then you're going to start swooping the arms slowly all the way forward and up. Hands touch, and think about making like cactus arms or goalpost arms. Squeezing the shoulder blades, drawing the elbows down. Doing that again, inhale to the front. Really imagining that your arms are almost like moving underwater. So not just flailing those arms around, really thinking of engaging and giving yourself some resistance here. And on that last one, squeeze them out and hold here, drawing the hands behind the head, bringing the elbows to the front, and then just gently starting to pull your head down slightly, looking down at your feet, getting a nice stretch in the back of the neck. Inhale, release, and look up. Working a little into the neck a bit more here. We're going to start with the left hand, so draw that left hand to the right side of the head. Right arm stretches out, and pull the head. Nothing too drastic here, of course. Just using your hand to help give you a bit of resistance. And maybe for these last few seconds, if you'd like to make small arm circles here with the hand. Nice. Slowly help pull the head back up, and then we're switching sides. So left arm stretches out, right hand comes to the left side of the head, pulling your head over, and maybe making some circles if you like. Lovely. Using the hand to bring the head back up. Very nice. Next, we're going to be staying in the center of a mat turn like this. You're going to start to step the feet out. You want them about 4 feet apart from each other with the toes pointed to the side, so the feet are parallel here. Bring the hands to the hips to begin. Holding here for a moment. We're going to move into Trikonasana, triangle pose. So go ahead and inhale those arms out, the palms facing down at first. Keeping your left foot pointed the way it is, turning the right foot about 90 degrees out. You can look down and see that your right heel goes to a line about to the middle of your left foot, to the arch. All right? From here, imagine that I'm there with you, and then I'm walking around. I'm going to start to push into this part of your hip, okay? So basically you're thinking about shooting that left hip towards the back. So think about pushing in here. Imagine that you're between 2 walls, so you're not collapsing forward or back, keeping that one plane with the body. And when you reach your maximum here, imagine me pulling on these right fingertips. You're going to let your hand fall to the shin or the mat. You can go wherever your body can go, again, as long as you're not collapsing forward. This is where the block might come in handy. If you're feeling kind of tight today, you can always use your block for stability. All right? So finding that maximum, and then that left arm swims all the way up to the sky. Looking up at that left hand, feeling a great stretch into our hips, to that right inner leg. Holding here for one more breath. And then inhale, we're going to go to Revolve Triangle. So bringing the left hand down to the mat, or maybe to that block if you need it. And then you're going to swim the right arm up. Again, looking up at the hand in the sky. Just getting a little work into the spine here while you're still working the hips a bit. Good. Inhale. And then exhale, bring both hands down so that they're on opposite sides of that right leg. And then just let the head drop a bit, just getting a deeper stretch into the hamstring of this right leg. Bending that right knee slightly, you're going to think about pinwheeling the arms, coming all the way up, and then returning to our starting position. Okay, working towards the other side, of course. Draw those arms nice and wide, turning that left foot so it's 90 degrees, looking down to check your alignment. The left heel is about to the arch of that right foot. Inhale here, and then breathing out. Again, start to imagine I'm there, pulling on that left hand, I'm pushing into this hip, drawing you forward in a straight line. When you reach your maximum, that left hand floats down, chin, block, ground, wherever you can reach. And then the right arm swings all the way up and over. Breathing in here and slowly breathing out. Moving to our twisted triangle. You're going to draw that right hand down and then the left hand floats up. Really think about pulling in that core, squeezing the whole core here. Left hand or spread nice and wide open. Breathing in and out. Both hands come down towards the mat and then just drop the head for a moment, intensifying the stretch here onto our left hamstring. And now bending that left knee slightly. Pinwheel yourself, coming all the way up and then returning to center. From here, we're going to work towards a goddess pose. So your feet have been parallel for the starting pose. You're going to turn them out about 45 degrees. So the toes splay out, and then you're going to start to bend into the knees. You want to think about tracking the knees over the second toe of each foot, so you're not letting those knees collapse inward, not risking our knee joints here. Just going maybe as deep as you want, of course. Hands coming for just a moment to the top of the quadriceps. And holding here, this is a great little awakening of your lower body. We're going to do a little bit of work for our triceps really quick. So swinging the arm, right arm across the chest, using that left arm to help hook here. Turning your head to the right. Squeezing those thighs, switching arms. Inhale, the arms open. And exhale to switch. Turning the head to the left. Beautiful. Inhale, then wide open. And exhale. Hands come to the quads. Pull yourself up. Staying here, pointing the toes back towards the side of the mat. We're going to finish with just a nice forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. So keeping those feet parallel. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Draw yourself forward and down. Now from here, your hands can go in different areas. If you like, you can keep them on the hips. You can draw them down to the mat to help stabilize you. Or if you want to engage the shoulders a bit, there's some nice variety here. You can either draw the hands together behind you, clasp the hands, and pull the hands up. If you want something a little more gentle, you can just bend the elbows and then grab the elbows with the opposite hand. Or if you like to do reverse namaste, so the palms of the hands come together behind the back, pressing the palms together, Sinking into this forward fold. One more breath here. Lovely. Release the hands. Everything comes down to the mat. Holding, and then you're going to start to walk the feet in, toe heeling those feet together till you come to a regular standing fold, letting the head drop. And then bending the knees, slowly roll up here. Draw the hands up the front of the legs. And at the top, squeeze those shoulders up and back. Up and back. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Lovely. We're going to finish this practice with a little bit of balance work here. So I'm going to turn to the side of the mat. Starting here on our left leg. We're going to balance on our left leg first. So think about opening up that left foot as nice and wide as you can, opening the toes, gripping the mat. And you're going to want to try to keep your gaze, your jisti, on one spot to help you balance here. Okay? So try to find something that's not me, because I will move. Maybe a little spot on the floor or the wall. And then just listen to my voice. So balancing on this left foot. On your next inhale, draw the right knee in towards the chest, pulling that knee in. And then the right hand comes to the top of the right foot, and the right knee comes down in alignment with the left knee. Going to go to dancer's pose here. So your left hand can either stay on the hip, level 1, or if you want to elongate the body, you can swoop that left arm up. Left hand comes up to the sky, level 2. Or if you'd like, move the hand to the inside of the foot, to the arch, and then hinge at the hips. Drawing that left hand forward, making sure you don't hit the wall or anything like me here. And then kicking into that right foot. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, release. Just walking the feet out. Coming for just a moment to a lovely mountain pose. Palms facing forward, take a breath. Moving to the next part of our balance, still working on the left leg here. You're going to again draw the right knee into the chest. And now the left hand comes to the front of the right knee, crosses over to the front of that kneecap. We're going to do revolved hand to foot pose. So that right hand floats back here. This is where you can stay today. Of course, this is amazing. It's a balancing pose. You're working into the spine, the shoulders. Or if it's in your range today, you can bring the hand to the bottom of the right foot, maybe wrap it around the big toe and straighten that leg. Holding for one slow breath. And then drawing it, knee comes back to the chest, and exhale. Beautiful, guys. We work to that right side, finishing our practice off today. So open up those toes on the right foot, getting them nice and wide as you can, making your foot as glued to the ground as much as possible. And then finding your dristi, finding where you're going to keep your eyes focused on. Hands come to the hips to begin. On that next inhale, left knee gets drawn up towards the chest. And moving to dancer's pose. Left hand comes to the top of the left foot, then left knee in line with the right knee, right hand to the hip. Great stretch for our quadricep, of course, while we're working on that balance. Staying here, or maybe floating that right hand up to the sky. And of course, final challenge is bringing that left hand to the inside arch of the left foot. And on an exhale, hinging at the hips, drawing that right arm forward, kicking into the left hand, drawing that foot up. It's very normal to notice that you're more balanced on one side than the other. I'm always better on my left leg. It's a weird thing, but that's our bodies. Walking it out, bringing the feet down to the mat. Again, finding a lovely little Tadasana pose, holding here for a moment. Hands are open, palms face to the front. And now moving to our final pose today, guys. Again, we're staying balanced on that right leg. Left knee draws into the chest. Keeping the right knee along the front of that left kneecap. And then inhale, release that left hand back. Opening yourself up here. And staying here for a few more breaths, or maybe going into that final challenge. Grabbing the left big toe or the left inner foot, straightening that left leg. Drawing the knee back to the chest and releasing the foot down. Walk it out and you're done. So that was a lovely little quick body stretch, full body stretch. I hope you enjoyed your time with me. Please feel free to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I will look forward to seeing you again on the mat very soon. Have a lovely day, everyone. Namaste.